Hi Collective, welcome to the channel. I'm Crystal, a divine psychic medium, delivering messages to you from the higher realms. Welcome everyone. So we're definitely within Mercury retrograde, right? So we could be seeing very much like a lot of communications, right? Especially when we channel and things like that, right? So a lot of things just like where we lose our thoughts and what we want to say, like a lot of those moments are happening, a lot of glitches within the electronics. Right, and you know, I know that they're using some of the glitches in Mercury to really do their bidding. They're spying, they're tapping, looking into things, right? Like literally, like I'm not dumb. Like all of a sudden, like new servers, new firewalls coming up, things like that. Like literally, that's what happened. Like literally, right. With this new moon energy coming in, just all of a sudden, just all of my devices started to go down, right? And it's like all of them had to be, because I decided to not have my own network, right? So the network that I was using, which is interesting because it got upgraded upon my arrival to literally like days beforehand. So to the more advanced system. Anyway, it's like all of a sudden just, you know, after being here a couple weeks and stuff, like, you know, nothing looked wiser, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, now my computer's going to screens I've never seen before, telling me that it's recording data, having to send it, all this stuff, right? And then all of a sudden to get everything back up online, I'm having to call in, right, get authorizations and releasing my IP addresses for, you know, what all of my devices are used and synced to and all of this stuff. Like, oh my gosh, like, I felt to put that out there for some of you, just to explain my story and let them know I see what they do. You know what I mean? Like more and more is just starting to get released and unveiled to you. You're starting to see more of the stuff, right? Like it has to be sent out there, just like when all of my children's medical records and everything were hacked, you know, they had to give me the documentation, let me know, all of that stuff. Like there's been stuff slipped in to try to get access to certain my medical records while being present. Like they know, right? Like they very much know, you know, those of us that are here that are stepping into these powerful times, and they're trying to do everything to like stop it. But what they're starting to realize is, like, all of these games, everything that they're playing, like, it's coming back. And that's why this chaotic energy is, like, building, but it's, like, it's taking care of itself. Like, this energy, like, you're, like, starting to see, like, literally, like, people, like, stand down. Because it's like they know that everything that they send your way or coming at you or whatever, like it's coming back to them. Like there's even this energy I'm getting where it's like some are like asking for forgiveness for some of like the spell work and manipulation that has been done. Like some could be coming to you in your dreamscape. Like I am very empathic, right, and heightened awareness and very strong telepathic, right, as my clairaudience is my strongest psychic skill I've had ever since I was little. Well, really all of them, but I needed to have some of them protected. For some of you, some of these could have recently been activated and put online, because it's this energy like I've been talking about, like as you're ready to activate certain things and as you go down your path of discovery, depending on how fast you process things and you allow things to come into your awareness, do these things click, right? And come online, right? So, alright, so this is just turning into a channel message, which is interesting is I wanted to get into the energy because this big reveal and all that, I talked a little bit about that, is we're 4:04 on the clock as I say this. We're literally in the new moon for December. Okay, this is our new moon in Sagittarius, but what's so beautiful about it is our black new moon. It is our second new moon within, I don't know if it's within the zodiac, or that, is it the calendar year or the calendar month cycle or the zodiac or the season or something like that, because it's just like when you look at the extra full moon, we have the blue moon, but then there's two different ways to interpret it, and it's kind of the same thing. I didn't investigate too much because I just wanted to get into the stream, but either way, this is it's considered a black moon when it's the second new moon in a cycle. and it's a blue moon when it's a full moon cycle. So this new moon's energy is like really, really big for, I'm getting like a duality. It's like a closing out and a new beginning. Because new moons are about regeneration. For some, like reconciliations, or it's just like for some of you, like there's these unions that are coming together and the universe is bringing them in. Like for some of you, like you finally have just let go and released and control and gave it to the universe, to source, divine, your angels, most high, gods, or whatever, higher power, energy, right, whatever. Let's just say the universe. So it's like, as you let go and you try to stop controlling your reality, you're really being pulled, right? And they've been showing me a lot of magnetized, like things are being magnetized. So for literally, for some of you, so these endings are literally like closing out, closing doors for these new beginnings to start over. And just by you simply letting go and not resisting them, then it's happening, right? Like literally, I had an incident happen tonight where it was the same type of situation cycling around, and I was like, nope, I'm going to handle this differently. You know, I'm definitely feeling strong throat portal chakra activation that recently that I went through, so that allowed me to be very expressive and communicative, but in a different way. And by doing that, all of a sudden it was like the enemy stood down, right? I literally seen the enemy stand down and like took care of itself and removed itself from my energy. So when that happened, I was just like, well, when it was happening, like I could have, you know, tried to stop that from happening. And it even, like at the last, it was that reverse, you know, the enemy will try to reverse everything. So then it was reversing it, was making it seem like, no, but you wanted this, you know, trying to bait me. And it was just, nope, I was not going to give in to that. And I wasn't good. So anyway, it was like, where's I going with that? Like, things are just like, okay, you know what I mean? Like, that's the only way that you're going to mess up coming into an alignment with what you're supposed to, is like if you're fighting it. So if you're just in this energy of just allowing things to happen, this is such a beautiful time, because it's like there's swapping energy. I'm hearing like exiting stage left. I don't know what that is. Like some sort of show is over. Also what it is too is like, the enemy is right, the entities, where, you know, whatever this may look like for you, okay, people, situations, or whatever, like, these cycles, like, they're shown, it's like everything's being illuminated and shown you, like, what you want. And everybody knows by now, like, what you subscribe to. Okay, what you watch, you create. That's why, yeah, it's really important for a lot of you, like if you're getting sucked into the energies of social media, you know, electronic AI and things like that, and you're letting that take over right now, and you're not in a creative state, in a creative energy, then you can get flowed down a certain path, right? So you really need to, but just, this is more for situations that are going on. Sometimes things happen too to show you. It's like without these disruptions, you wouldn't always see like what you're doing. Like sometimes you don't realize that something is addictive. Like I finally realized how the enemy and entities are able to get through my youngest son, and it's through his game addiction, right? And especially the vibes and the things that they do, and the anticipation and things like that. Like he's like such an avid gamer, right? Like with this game Fortnite, like it's his world. And I know, like I always see it as like he's excited, that's down his path, and that's good, and you know he's always going to be doing that. But when I start to see like the extreme emotional responses and reactions that he has, right, due to certain things that happen, or when the game goes offline, or all of a sudden if you know the internet goes down and the glitches, right, and just all these different things, like they've just really been showing me. So for a lot of you, like you're understanding a lot of those connectedness, and you're learning how to work through those things, because you can't let them control you and be higher than, like, and this is with anything, you know, and often it starts with something that like you love and enjoy. Like for some of you, some of these relationships that are needing to close out is due to possessiveness, jealousy, And it's due to like infatuation, obsessiveness with love is what I was getting. What's interesting is in the Egyptian tarot, right, the Page of Swords came out in meditation. And I looked it up, and it says like emotional possessiveness, and it's often related to a lover, and it's watching lovers' moods, things like that, everything integrating like, it's like if you focus so much on another, then it's taking over. And especially like with these challenging energies of this independence and this rise in divine feminines, there's starting to be a lot of that, and a lot of the masculines that have been like reversed emperors, you know, they've let their power and their control of ego turn them into egomaniacs, right? So, and for some it's like they don't even realize it. So for some it's like they've ruined things because they have let their obsession, jealousy, whatever, you know, like a sign for that is like if you're in a relationship and like if somebody like cannot handle like you give other people attention. I've even seen it manifest, and I grew up with it, where jealousy would emerge from like love from like a parent getting like for instance, like I remember my father would always get extremely jealous. Well, my mother would say if my mother was spending time with me and doing things not, you know what I mean, and over my father, right? So there was a lot of like there was a lot of fighting and control and things like that in the home. Wow, I don't know what I'm talking about. I feel like there's a lot of healings for family members. For some of you, you're breaking these cycles too. It's like for a lot of you, you're just realizing that like I physically started to see it manifest, and that like, and it what's interesting is like, okay, I know you're gonna say, or I'm gonna say this, but not all of you might understand it, but it's like a girl's first love is her father, and just like you know, a boy's first love is his mother. Okay, but I know like I always explain how love changes, right? And like I always say, tell my children like I have a different type of love that I have for my children that I have for, you know, my parents, and things like that, and then a different love for friends. But really love is just a frequency and a vibration. We put labels on things by relationships, right? Okay, so but the relationships, you know, they change and things like that. And so what I'm getting at is like and it really shows you, and it's like, what do you be when you, as you start to grow, mold like children, they start to mimic and they start to have the same belief systems and the same things and act the same way of what they surround themselves with. So for a lot of you, it's like, that's why it's almost like you've been cursed ever since you were a child, because ever since you were a young child, like your belief system and how you seen love was through your parent, right? Whether if you're a male, it was your mother. If you're, you know, a female, it was your father. You look for that for the type of love and validation. And a lot of times fathers don't give their daughters, you know, that validation, that love and support, and that they need in the nurturing. And it's turned kind of like as them being the provider, and with the way everything has went, that it's went to showing love through buying things and, you know, money, material, and the society has put men into that state, and that given them so much power. And that's why it's like, this is like a big generational curse. Like it goes so much more. Stay over there. Stay. I'm doing my reading. Nope. My camera is all in here. Stay there. Okay, so this anyway, what I'm getting at is so there was a lot of you are just realizing like your entire belief system could be changing on how you view love, how you see love. Like, so anyway, so what I was getting at with that thing is like literally like lately I've been seeing my boyfriend, my lover, start to look like my father, right? And I don't know why, but I was just starting to see it in the face, right? And it wasn't in the loving way, it was in the controlling way. It was in the way that I knew that I was getting treated wrong and disrespected, and because I didn't get to express myself. It was basically I was seeing the narcissistic, the same type of love, and then I was realizing like how I trauma bonded to it, and then how you reflect everything. So I was like, okay, this is why I attracted that. That's why this relationship, you know, works so well. And I felt so much love because it was reflecting back at me, right? And it was aversion, but I don't know, just when I started to see that, and then I started to realize that it was a familiar demon, right? And those dark demonic energies, like they do run rampant. And then they're going to bring me the second part, which is about one of the sins, right? Committing an act, not being married, you stay open to sexual transmitted demonic possessions and things like that. And there's stuff that is ran down the family, and those demons, like, they don't have to only be transferred that way. They literally can be transferred. They can just jump into people. So I was realizing that it was the entity, in fact, that I was seeing, but it was disguising itself. So basically, like, I was seeing shape-shifting type of stuff that was going on. So for some of you, you're finding out that, like, there's like an entity that has been shape-shifting and has been attacking your family and things like that, and getting into different levers. That's why for some of you, you could have felt like you were cursed or having to deal. For a lot of you, it's just like they were getting used through certain wounds. Maybe for some of you, that's why, like, you had more time or doors with relationships. So what I'm getting is, like, there's been more than enough time for relationships to, like, course correct. That we're at this big finale, this big shift, like, there's no more time to, like, fix, like, no more second chances is what I'm getting. Like, time is up. So cycles and stuff that are closing out now at this time, like, they're done. They didn't make the cut, right? What I'm getting here is, like, this merges, convergence. It's like the ones that want to experience that lower, darker energy and can't let go of those demonic energies that are pulling them down have not done the healing work. They're going completely against it. There's far too much exposure, far too much being shown, that it's a choice now, right? So yeah, what I'm getting is, so for some of you, like, literally, like, this is a very, very important time, right, where yes, cycles are closing out, because it's like, you know, that it's with the old outdated programming. And especially if you've healed from this and you started to see all of this, and you know, this reading is resonating with you, right? Then you're physically seeing this stuff. So you're seeing these old cycles. So you're understanding why they're closing out, and you're embracing these new ones that are coming in. So, yeah, so you've broken a cycle. So that's why we're getting a lot of this energy with the generational curse breakers, all that energy, like, being cleared out in these new beginnings that are coming in. Like, there is so many that are illuminated at this time that have raised the vibration, the frequency. Like, we have made, like, a quantum level jump, literally, collectively, with this new moon energy. And I was already feeling it. I think I was feeling it earlier, sensing what was coming, because sometimes I don't know if what I'm experiencing, because I'm a prophetess, if what is coming I'm feeling, or it's happening right now. Like, I have to have certain things that ground me. Like, I was starting to realize, like, a certain soulmate was really in my life for a while to ground me and pull me down. And that's why, like, like, I always have to have something that has, like, earth and things like that. Or in the past I have, because not having earth in my chart, things like that, like, I'm very much in the 5D and higher realms, right? Okay, so anyways, there's this energy, like, where you're realizing 18 on the clock, as I say that, you're realizing why these patterns and cycles were in your life. You're getting the full disclosure. For a lot of you, you're seeing it, and you can even be sensing these new energies that are coming in. Like, you know that it's a time for new energies, and yeah, really just go with the flow. Like, I've been seeing in the collective that a lot have been seeing too, that you cannot mess up. You know, what you meant or what is for you will never miss you, will come by. Like, and a lot of you, I've been feeling this energy of, like, ups and downs, because as these cycles are coming around and closing out, and because of full disclosure, for a lot of you, you're needing to see things, and with retrograde, that's bringing people and situations up from the past. So for some of you, you're like, why is this a cycle again? Why am I seeing this again? Why is this going on again? But it's literally just show you. And for some, it's like these entities too are just like, for some of you, it's meant to see what's going on too, because everything that has been casted out is going back. The shields are so high now with this higher vibrational frequency that we have entered. It's like we're more connected and there's more protection. That's what I'm saying. For some of you, like, you cannot miss your mark and things like that, because collectively we feel this energy, and it's like for some of you, like other things could be protection coming in, taking care of the things that you can't. They're showing me like a bunch of sunflowers, you know, like sunflowers like in a patch, like if one's draining or losing its, not getting enough, like, or mushrooms are showing me like they will lean in and they will give their energy to the group. So I'm getting like soul groups, soul clusters, things like that. For some of you, you are aligning with your soul family, right? Which is, for a lot of you, is different from your soul family. Your soul tribe is like your true family. It's not your earth family. For a lot of you, that's why you felt so different, things like that, because your earth family was literally your karmic family that you came into to break generational curses, right? For you to basically go through this accelerated pathway, you're going to start to realize that releasing it's all about letting these relationships go with love, because they were in fact preparing you. And why people turn karmic and demonic and possessed, like for a lot, like they tried. Like everybody gets to have a chance, but it's like if you can't handle the demons, if you can't contain the inner demons, then you don't pass. And for some, it's like some of these karmics, that's why I say if you can tame those demons and overcome the karmic lesson, then you can be with that person. That person can stay in your life. Whoever's meant to be in your life, like, and that's what kept happening with my boyfriend, right? Is it was like we'd go through something or whatever, I would do what's right, you know, claim my power, space, all of that, right? Learn from it, elevate, be going. But then it's like he would elevate and come back, you know what I mean? And I'm like, well, if, you know, and I know that I needed to have more healthy boundaries and stuff, but I'm going to explain too where I was messing up. Because where I was messing up is, all right, so you absorb the energy that surrounds you. You consume your life, you mesh, like our auric fields, our souls, right? Our spirit is much more than these physical bodies, right? These are just our avatars. Okay, so when we go around and we connect with people, our auras are literally bumping into each other. It's not like this big bouncy ball where you bounce off of each other and nobody can affect you. No, literally, like if you can see somebody too, by the way, because for the chosen, you guys are elevating so damn bright. Like literally your auric field is like hundreds and hundreds of feet. Like I can be walking around and street lights are going in and out and flickering like all around, right? And but our light is except, but anyway, that's different path. So what I'm getting at is like you start to absorb the energy. So for some of you, these attachments and things like that have been like family, friends, people close to you, right? And you've been absorbing their energy and they've been absorbing yours. What I'm getting is like for some of you, like you've been around like energy vampires, people with a lot of like woundings, right? And a lot of hurts and a lot of things that have been pulling your energy level down, siphoning from you, you know, draining finances, resources, life force, vitality, and especially if you're doing sacral energy exchanges, that's just siphoning your entire life force energy right out of you, right? So that's two. Okay, so as they take that energy, now they're shielded and they're powered up with your energy. So then they're showing your energy. They're wearing a mask of your energy. So for some of you, literally, that's what you've been seeing. That is what you've been in love with. That's why for some of you, you could be like, wow, I'm seeing a side of you I've never seen before. Why is this person this way? Like, are they having a bad day? Like, I've never seen that side of them before. Well, baby, if you haven't been giving them your energy, or if you've kept your distance in space, that's why a lot of times when these people will surface back and you're just like, ew, yuck. Like, how did I even like entertain this or whatever? Well, for one, you're seeing them in their dark energies, right? But you're seeing them in their energy, but it's not always like that. I shouldn't say that. So anyway, like everybody changes too. Everybody, like, sometimes it's meant to see people better themselves too. Like I like to see that, right? Because I know, like, I was a heartbreaker, right? I know that I was struggling with commitment issues and stuff, right? So I was running around not feeling that I was good enough. Like literally, like I went into relationships like I was wanting to give love because I didn't feel worthy of love, right? And it took me a while to finally get into a relationship that then had to severely break me and get me to finally love something. But it was really just because it was like a very, very like covert narcissist, like that played the game very, very well, right? Which to right now I'm calling my highest soulmate, right? Because it was definitely, so these karmic soulmates are very, very important, right? Like I have learned so much. Some would say it would be your twin. You know, and I was thinking a lot about this too, like the twins, like, and the dynamic of that. Like the twin, like you would think would be like your opposite, okay, the complete opposite of you. But in fact, the best way that you learn is through that mirroring energy, right? That's why, to me, empathic and narcissistic, and I was getting the teachings of it, is it's really just a part of the brain, right? And the narcissist and the controlling, like that stems from the same wounding and trauma that I had. I was first experiencing love as a narcissist, as I knew love to be, right? Because that is what I grew up seeing, right? And buying love and showing and things like that, and then not loving myself. So it's this journey that is very beautiful. But see, it doesn't always work in the same way. Like you're contracted with certain soulmates to overcome these things. But what I'm getting is like sometimes one party will learn and the other won't. And it's went to like spell work, black magic, like there's been a lot of manipulation and control, because it's like the enemy's really been just doing like, okay, I don't even know how to explain this. Like things have just went too far beyond, like because of what they've been doing. Okay, and I mean like the archons and all of the, like it's not fair because it's not allowing people to like really experience, okay, and overcome their woundings with the corruption. Like let's look at alcohol, for instance. Alcohol is poison, and look at how it's everywhere. It's everywhere. And look at the drugs and the pharmaceuticals and all of that. Do you not see all of those drugs and stuff, and with the poisons and stuff and chemicals that they're putting in our foods that are affecting our brains and the waves? So that's what I mean, is there's just been too much control where it's like it's really offset karma, right? And it really had to fall apart, like, and go to the extreme, right? And it did, right? As it has, right? So anyway, that's why to be able to get completely online, the saving and all of that, like it's us that have broken out of the matrix, broken out of the ways of controlling, right? Starting to see all of these things and starting to heal from them, and you know, it's a process, right? So I feel like for some of you, like you need to give yourself credit for how far that you went, because there's some of you like you've had to experience all of these things and these pasts and these trials and these challenges and these, like all chosen ones, you know, went through extreme amount of psychological abuse and trauma and things like that. Is part of our preparation, is part of our showing us, of turning us into these warriors that we are. And also because we're the ones that are able to transmute the pain. That's why, you know, you guys are my generational curse breakers, right? That's why in this age, the ones that can let go of all of that past hurt, completely walk away from their entire family to do so, you know, put their faith truly in most time, right? And healed all of that stuff, offered forgiveness, but learning those boundaries too. And a lot of times retrograde, I like to say holidays, things like that too, will show you. For a lot of you, I feel there was a big showing this Thanksgiving, whether for some of you, whether you even showed up or not, because there were some family members that were not invited, didn't attend, things like that, because it's just like, this energy is just, it's this knowing, right? It's like if you know that somebody always starts drama with you, drains you, doesn't have anything nice to say, why are you surrounding yourself with that energy? Why? Why? Because of a label? Because they're a soulmate? Because they a twin flame? Because they a brother, a sister, a mother? No. No. So you have to realize that it's just like, I was just sitting here like, I am not subject, like, I literally feel the attacks, right? Like on my beautiful mind when I'm around lower toxic energy. And that's why I'm like, you know what? No. Like, it's like you're realizing that you're letting like these dark, dense energies, demonic, and that's why there's this big divide that's going on here. And okay, so they're bringing back to this with the moon. It's like all the spell work and black magic that people have been sending out. Like when you rise higher, everything's just reflected right back at them. So literally, like they're getting, a lot of what they've been putting out. It's like, for instance, if somebody is always cursing people and talking ill upon others and projecting and wishing ill things, you could literally be seeing that person going through those things. These are people that are falling ill, that are getting very sick, that are finding things out, that are just, you could literally be seeing like some of them acting out. They're not being able to handle these dark entities, right? Like it's just there's so much karma. It's like for some of you, like that's why you're being removed too, because it's not meant for you to experience that. Universe is coming, so don't fight this stuff. Let these things close out. Okay, yeah, 8 of Cups. Look at this. It's interesting. This is the only deck that I have 8 of Cups where he's sitting and meditating. He's walking away. Look, 8 of Cups. Like, and that's the walking away, but he is sitting and meditating. So just be calm because things are being rearranged. And in my meditation I got the other day was that the universe wants perfection. So for some of you, literally, like, every twin flame journey is different. Right? But I believe that, there are some twins that have went rogue and have refused to heal. So the ones that have refused to heal and have been doing spell work and have turned karmic are getting like, they're getting their karma. For some of them, like, they didn't pass the test. So because they didn't, it's basically like a demotion. They've been stripped from their gifts. They've been taken away their divineness. And that, for some, that's why they're really coming at you. Because everything that they've been projecting and trying to do for their control over you is not working, and it's going back at them, and they're getting more anxious because now they've lost control, they've lost their gifts. For some, they were doing, they were taking advantage of the connection, so they were using the telepathic, and they were using your energy, monitoring and like assessing your energy and being able to use and find out things, and now they can't. It's like for some, like, you're cloaked from their energy, you're protected now, right, with this light shield I feel that you have up around your energy with this higher level ascension that you went through. And now they cannot get into your thoughts, they can't get into your minds, they can't play, manipulate, control, they can't see what you're up to, so it's making them even more frantic. So that's literally why you could be seeing people that are like freaking the F out right now, not handling stuff, having those moments like, what? Like the jaw-dropping moments. Have you ever had that when somebody just acts out and does something and you're just like, what did I just see? That person clearly just lost there. But then they could come back, and like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like almost like split personality type of stuff. And I know to some degree that we all are schizophrenic, right? As we all have multiple multiple different energy. Okay, I don't know how to explain all this right now. I'm going to just stop. Okay, so, okay, I'm going to go back to this. So 8 of Staffs with the 8 of Cups was just showing. So 8, this frequency of infinity. I told you, it's this double frequency, the 8s. So this walking away, okay, all right. 13, 31, 33, 33 on the clock. I just seen source code numbers right there. I didn't even realize I was 33 minutes into this reading. So I'm going to leave this reading here. So definitely this is the energy that's coming out with this black new moon in December. And what's interesting is that this double new moon, this black new moon, is in our final calendar month of 2024. What? If this ain't letting you know that cancel, clear, delete, old cycles are done, they're not coming into the new, like, major change and reset is here. Yeah, look, group consciousness. That's literally what's going on. Like I said, for some of you, like, you're realizing, like, your consciousness, what you're connected with, your thoughts, everything, you're connected. This is realizing that you're connected with your soul family, your star tribe, like-minded individuals, that thoughts are not just within the mind. They're beyond that. That's why you need to raise your elevation. You need to go beyond your mind to be able to connect with divine source spirit. That's why, baby, if you can't go quiet your mind, if you can't go walk out in nature, you're not connected with Most High. You need to have your soul star chakra system activated to be able to get divine downloads and guidance and talk with Most High and all of that. So, yeah. There's many that are on the pathway to doing that, but like I said, for some of you, it's literally like, maybe you were able to reach these levels, right? But as soon as certain people are ejected out of your energy and removed, you're going to be able to obtain that. Because I'm getting for some of you, like, after coming into alignment with this reading, because it is riddled with activator codes and things to awaken, to align you, you're going to activate your soul star chakra system. I actually have a soul star. I don't know if it uploaded right because, y'all, my cameras have been glitchy AF. But it's also because I read from 5th dimensional and higher, right? So a lot of times as I'm recording and channeling and bringing things in, it causes interference. So times that my readings are glitching out, the audio will always play through, right? So just still, you know, pick that up. All right, so what they were showing me was golden stellar internet communicate in a 5th dimensional way. So for some of you, you're realizing that you're doing that, you're coming online, you're coming out of the 3D matrix, you're opening up the mind, you're starting to connect, and there's something I told you big with the throat chakra activation. Something like you needed to be expressive. You will be called to be expressive, those tests, right? 6, 7, 8, 9. That's also a 9 here. Look at that. I'm going to show the card. These are activator cards as well. So even just seeing these cards, different things. Sorry. So for some of you, they're showing me the heart chakra. There could have been blockages within your heart chakra. Okay, so it could literally be your heart chakra expanding. Some of you could be feeling pressure in your chest when that is happening, but I'm not authorized to give any medical advice, right? So if you have any concerns with your heart, then seek a physician. But I'm just saying, with these attunements and these ascensions that's going on, like literally, like, you could be feeling activations. Like, so I had a throat chakra activation that I just put on. It was a light language. No, that one's up. That one's fine. A light language throat chakra activation that I felt guided to record while I was doing one. And so you might want to look at that, and you could feel your throat chakra expanding, or you could do somebody else's, because there's many that are on there. Because there's some of you just need to start, like, it's taking that control too, and now seeing what you want, because we are in this creative energy. You need to be creative, this creative, express your soul's energy. Just click the camera off again. And the computer's all glitchy. You're in this energy, like the universe is waiting for you to take command. So for some of you, that could be why these cycles are repeating themselves too. Because it's like it's waiting for you to direct this energy. So it's like if you're constantly thinking on repeating cycles, you're going to be replaying out those things. When you start to take control over your thoughts and you quiet the mind down and you meditate, and meditating, y'all, is just, for one, taking those deep breaths. And I get it. I didn't want to for a while because I don't like to slow down, and I used to be asthmatic and all of that, and so bring back triggers, but now I get it. Like, as you take those deep breaths in, and you take a deep breath in, literally, that's why you take it from your stomach. You let all your air out, and you take a deep breath in, where you feel tightening up in your stomach, is because you're pulling the oxygen and the energy from your lower chakra. That's why this energy that you're putting up through your spine, which is going up into your brain, and that air, the oxygen, is activating all of your brain. Okay, so if you don't do that, you're not bringing in. Okay, For some of y'all, literally, you just start taking deep breaths and pulling that energy out and breathing. And then as you do that, you just stop thinking. You just relax. I like to think about it as I'm just melting. I used to do this a lot when I'd lay down and I'd fall asleep all the time. So, but you could do walking. Do this while you're breathing. Like, that's why I started to realize this when I was doing tree therapy. I would just start to go take deep breaths while I was out walking around and just look at beautiful nature. And then all of a sudden, you know what I mean? Then all of a sudden you allow the flow to come in. You allow those thoughts. Then you start co-creating and you start thinking new thoughts and what it is you want to create, instead of repeating cycles and thinking about things that, you know, have played out, or focusing on what they are pushing that they want you to focus on, right? Or planning things. You're being in the now, you're in this energy. Okay, so how I'm going to close out this reading is I'm going to talk about the final thing, is that the universe is requiring for perfection. So like I said, for some of you, maybe some of these relationships were meant to be, were contracted even to be your kingdom spouses and things like that. Well, there's been some new contracts. There's been some contracts that have been, what is that word called? I've always said this. There's been like contingency plans. I can't think of it. Where a contract's been changed. There's been some new contracts assigned. Because for some, there's some very, very powerful beings, let's just say, that have been watching some of the collective, right? And it's like when all eyes are on, there's some that have been seen to be a better candidate too. So for some, it's like there's been a change of contracts because the universe requires perfection. So like for some, it's like, yeah, they might have been learning down the path and having restraints, and there might have been a big step, but universe, if they see, it's like, for instance, like say like somebody has like an addiction and maybe it used to completely control their life, but now they manage that and they only use it select times, 41-14 o'clock as I say that, and they feel like they're managing and they're on a step, and maybe they're going to get to a place of not being able to do that anymore. But then there's a candidate over here that has completely rid themselves of that addiction, is doing the work, is meditating, is, you know what I mean, is advancing past. Okay. Well, this is where divine could come in to move contracts around, and, you know, so there's that. That's why for some of you, like I was saying in the reading that I just got, like, there's certain tests that are coming. It's all about, you got to kind of wait and see how these tests are played before things, it's like the universe is writing as they're going along. And it's like, for some, it's like some things are going to go to spiritual court or are going to be decided upon. Okay, and that's also why it's like it's co-creation, because you can't see everything, and things have to be decided at a higher level, because even though there's contracts that are being changed, and they're still going to be fair. It's not just like, oh, you screwed up. Shh. There goes your contract. You failed. You know what I mean? You ain't being watched somewhere. Now let's put this new guy. You know what I mean? Things are also being figured out. You know what I mean? And moved around, right? So, and the Most High governs all, right? So, all right. I'm gonna leave this one here. I'm sending love and light to all of you. Definitely watch whatever you feel guided to. I try to upload in 3, so I have to go make some foodies. So I'm gonna do that and then do some later, but. The last few things that I got from my channel meditation, I wanted to leave at the end here for whoever it's for. Get it. I'm going to be doing a reading on this one later too, so take a look to that one. But the braid, what if the soul braid is 3, the power of 3? What if the soul braid is the entity masculine and feminine? And then I was getting the 12 and initiations and the apostles and godhood. Like, not everybody goes through an initiation into godhood. So there are some that have more favor. The 144, the chosen. Life path codes, templates, levels. It's going to be on, and more of the meditation. And it's going to be on the next reading. Love and light to all of you. Bye, guys.